Today's story starts at an unlikely place, and that is Yuma City Hall. It is about an endurance flight done by two pilots for 47 days and 90,000 miles in a single-engine aircraft back in the 1940s. Hi, this is Don, Cowboy Biker Adventures. Come along on this interesting story that happened long ago and why and how they did it. As I enter Yuma City Hall with my friend Earl, as soon as you step in the lobby, you can see the refilling car. And if you look up, you can see the airplane. This aircraft was dubbed City of Yuma. Now you may ask yourself, why would they do something like this? Well, Yuma, like many cities or towns around the country after the war, when the military closed bases, lost population and their economy, and it hit Yuma very hard. There was the largest training facility for pilots here in town, and when the base closed, it hurt them and hit them hard. So Yuma was known for having 365 days a year flying weather. So to bring attention to that, they devised this plan to fly 90,000 miles right above Yuma over 47 days straight without landing, in hopes to bring attention to Yuma so that they would reopen the flying facilities here in Yuma. So it was just all one big publicity stunt. That worked, by the way. I want to remind you to stick around towards the end, just before the credits, and I will show you a close-up of the important plaques with the names and information on them. Also, be sure to stick around after the credits for bonus video where we went and visited historical Old Town Yuma.
Here's the tanks that they filled them with.
Oh wow.
Isn't that cool?
They must have had a hook. They must have had a guy with a hook. Yep.
Yeah.
See it in the sand.
Yeah. Here's the picture here.
Ain't that much of gas either. Can't be 3 gallons.
And you know how much those engines sat down?
Back then.
My son and I figured they had to refuel it like every hour.
Well, they probably did. You think they only did one at a time?
Well, here, they probably ended up several, but there's only so much room in the plane, too, you know.
That was Earl and myself speculating on how they did this. So let's talk about how they actually pulled this off. So in October of 1949, the city of Yuma set out to set a world endurance record. Their plan was to fly enough mileage every 13 days to equal flying the circumference of the earth. But with Yuma's clear skies and excellent flying weather, they knew they could accomplish it. This was done by volunteers, and not one single person benefited from it directly by being paid, but it did benefit the whole town. The first obvious problem is, how do you get fuel to the plane? They would consume 156 gallons daily, and the whole flight would take over 7,300 gallons. The containers they used to pass up from the convertible car held 2.5 gallons, so they passed up 3,000 containers full of fuel over the flight, 2 containers at a time. So 1,500 times they had to refuel, or I should say they passed up fuel. The engine also required oil. It consumed oil at about 7/16 of a pint per hour, or a total of 250 quarts of oil for the whole flight. The 2 pilots had to take turns, and they would fly for 4-hour shifts at a time. During the 4-hour off time for a pilot, that's when they had to sleep, eat, groom, and change clothes. And their goal was 10-10. That's 1,010 hours of flying time straight, because the old endurance record was 1,008 hours, set only months earlier in Fulton, California. Even though we're walking out of the building, we're not done. Stick around for pictures of the plaque and additional information about this flight. Here are some additional information. The refuel car had the front seat on the right side removed and the back seat removed to help the volunteers to have room to pass up the supplies, mainly the fuel. Obviously, this is a new building. I'm not sure what year it was built, but it was built before they planned on installing this plane, I believe, which they installed in 2012. Obviously, the configuration of the plane and the refueling car is perpendicular here. That must have been the only way they would fit. Obviously, that's not how they refuel the car. The car would have to be traveling in the same direction of the plane. If you like the video, it's very important to my channel if you give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see adventure videos every Wednesday, be sure to subscribe. And if you will ring the bell, you will get a reminder when a new video of mine comes out. Remember, stick around for bonus video of historic Old Town Yuma after the credits. So until next time, have a good one. Thank you for sticking around after credits for bonus video of historical Old Town Yuma. As we drive through historical Old Town Yuma with Earl driving and Bonnie in the passenger seat, as I film this from their pickup, you will see all different types of businesses, including restaurants, shopping, hotels, saloons and bars, movie theaters, a casino, tattoo parlors, an escape room for entertainment, a place to take selfies or pictures, and even businesses for sale. Remember, this was filmed February 18, 2021. Now here's what you will not see, and I was disappointed. It is historical downtown Yuma. I was expecting to see something from the Old West, but that was not so. But I hope it helps you understand what's down here when you come for a visit and what to expect.
Watch me fly, fly, fly. Tick tock, go turn a page and blow some rage. Tick tock, don't waste it all on tears. Unlock your fantasies, just wait and see.
So this is where we turn around and we will now show you the other side of the street.
somewhere above the city lights, you're falling in love. Still aware, you know it is true that you were lost and this is a clue. Love is forever, love is forever.
Besides putting out adventure videos every Wednesday morning, on weekends I put out shorts, which is less than a minute long, sometimes both Saturdays and Sundays. Again, thank you for coming along on this adventure, and again, until next time, have a good one.